So this weekend I came to my girlfriend's college to visit he. The weekend was going good and overall I had faith in her not cheating on me until that point. Up to that point, we also have had our problem in our relationship, but we've been able to communicate and get past all these humps. That morning, we got into a little argument that we weren't able to resolve, but I planned on talking with her the morning after and resolving our conflict. I thought she was different, they always are. But on the last night, I went to sleep early and heard her talking with her roommates about me, so I stayed up and listened. They spent the whole night talking about me, and her roommates were trying to convince them to drop me. They kept exclaiming "drop me" loud and clear over and over. And if that wasn't bad, I heard her other roommate mention to her how many hoes does she have. I didn't hear what she said, because she said it quietly, but I'm sure the answer was something I didn't want to hear. The night went on and they kept talking about me and our relationship. How this person would be a much better fit than me. And the icing on the cake to that night was the fact that she said she got drunk one night and hooked up with someone. That was the icing on the cake. That went on for 2 hours until I got up from my bed to put my AirPods away. Her roommate was also in the same room sleeping, and I'm not sure if she heard me get up, or the roommate alerted them, but they all got super quiet. To the point where one of them said, "Shush." So my girlfriend came to bed soon after that last incident and I told her I was going to get a hotel for the night. Luckily I was leaving the next morning, so worked out for the best. It was a horrible night. I confronted her about it, and she kept trying to gaslight me and tell me that it was because I was hearing lies. I did smoke some weed earlier that night, but not a super crazy amount. But she's so insistent that everything I heard was lies, or the weed is making me hear things. And I told her it's 'cause either I was crazy and need to get checked out, or I heard exactly what I heard and you just keep lying to me. She said that she just recommends that I stop smoking weed. I told her I just wanted her to admit it, but she wouldn't budge, she won't budge. She is sticking with her story, and I can safely say after almost 2 years this relationship is ending. Even the next morning, she has been trying to convince me. I keep poking holes in her story, and she won't budge. Getting the truth out of her seems impossible, but I just want the truth. I asked her again, either I am crazy, or you're lying. She responded with the mind is a crazy thing, not calling me crazy directly, but basically is. Keeps dodging the question, one of many questions I asked that she dodged. A part of me wants to believe her, but I know what I heard. I was listening for the whole 2 hours, every single thing they said. Very thin walls. I am going to really miss her, but it is what it is. She wasn't the one for me, because if she was, we wouldn't be in this situation right now. And now afterwards, after a few hours have passed, all these red flags are becoming very obvious. We stopped having sex a lot less, her phone was constantly dying, she never defended me when her friends disrespected me/us in front of my face, so I can't imagine what went on that wasn't in front of my face. And she's just always been sneaky. There was one time when we went to a hotel together and she left her phone at home to make it look like she was home, so her mom wouldn't find out. I talked about that moment with her afterwards, and she said that she would never do that to me. I feel like a fool for believing her now. She's also gotten caught sneaking out in high school. It's becoming much more obvious what type of person she is now, so I'm okay with how everything is end up now. I feel like I should be much more upset, but I was more just angry and in shock hearing all the things she said. Now I just keep doubting myself, thinking, did I make the right decision? Or maybe I am just actually crazy and just heard the whole 2-hour conversation in my head. I don't know anymore, I am just going to miss her. So I said my final goodbye. I took some hours to recoup and I told her very calmly that out of respect for this relationship we had, I would still like to be somewhat cordial, since we work at a job together that's maybe a handful of times a year, and I don't want to quit 'cause the pay is too good and is a cool job, so we might see each other every now and then. She responded very aggressively, of course, but then mellowed out and we had a nice talk. I don't want to get back together with her at all, and I don't care about knowing the truth anymore. I heard what I heard and that's enough for me. So that will be our final talk. Part of me wants to hate her, and maybe I should, but I will just chalk her down as a lesson and move on. Nothing good comes from hate and resentment. I still have to see her in a month to make our official exchange, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I picked myself up today and forced myself to work out, so I got a 12-mile bike in today, watched a good podcast, read a chapter of one of my books, and had a good sauna session today. I also did some good studying for my coding school that I am currently in. I'm ready and excited to become an individual and to put myself as the priority again. She's wasted enough of my time and I won't let her waste any more of it. I'm 21 years young and still have a whole life of